Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. In Charlie Munger, The Complete Investor, Trent Griffin presents a compelling exploration of Charlie Munger's investment strategies, wisdom, and philosophies. Munger, who is widely recognized as the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, has garnered a reputation for his straightforward approach and intellectual rigor. The book not only demystifies the investment beliefs that Munger has expressed famously at shareholder meetings and in interviews, but also delves deeply into how these principles can be applied by others. Griffin meticulously outlines Munger's approach to investment, which is influenced heavily by the concepts of value investing and the importance of understanding mental models. The book serves as an insightful guide into understanding how Munger's consistency in principles and flexibility in strategy have helped him build a successful investing career. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, value investing. One of the central themes of Charlie Munger, The Complete Investor, is the strategy of value investing, a philosophy pioneered by Benjamin Graham and later adapted by Munger and Warren Buffett. Griffin details how Munger's interpretation of value investing goes beyond mere numbers. Instead, it encompasses a comprehensive analysis of a company's intrinsic value, factoring in its management quality, competitive advantages, and long-term profitability. Notably, Munger's technique emphasizes the importance of margin of safety, which is the practice of only buying securities when their market price is significantly below their intrinsic value to minimize downside risk. Griffin uses numerous examples to illustrate how Munger's disciplined adherence to value investing principles permitted him to achieve superior returns, stressing it as an effective method to safeguard investments while aiming for substantial long-term growth. Secondly, mental models. Griffin extensively discusses how Munger utilizes a framework he terms mental models to improve decision-making processes in investing. This concept involves drawing from a broad spectrum of disciplines outside finance, such as physics, biology, sociology, psychology, and history, to form robust models of understanding that guide investment decisions. By integrating diverse knowledge bases, Munger develops a layered and sophisticated view of potential investments, allowing him to foresee opportunities and risks that others might overlook. Griffin argues that this interdisciplinary approach is crucial for contemporary investors to navigate the increasingly complex financial markets. Additionally, the book breaks down how these mental models help in avoiding common cognitive biases that often lead to poor investing decisions, such as confirmation bias and short-termism. Thirdly, philosophy of simplicity. Charlie Munger is known for his belief in simplicity and clarity in investing. According to Griffin, Munger often criticizes the unnecessary complexity found in the investment industry. The book delves into Munger's philosophy that simplicity outperforms complexity, especially in investment strategies where simple plans are more robust and easier to follow. Griffin illustrates how Munger advocates for maintaining a concentrated portfolio of high-quality stocks rather than over-diversifying. By focusing deeply on fewer investments, an investor can manage them more effectively and make more informed decisions, which typically leads to better outcomes. The discussion around simplicity also addresses how Munger's approach avoids the common pitfalls that entangle many investors, such as overtrading and speculating based on market trends. Fourthly, focus on long-term interests. Griffin highlights Munger's focus on long-term interests rather than short-term gains, a foundation in both his personal investment practices and his advice to others. Munger's strategy involves looking beyond the ephemeral metrics that might influence stock price in the short term, and instead focusing on what will create sustained value. The book outlines Munger's preference for investing in companies that possess long-term competitive advantages, such as strong branding, regulatory barriers, innovative capabilities, or scale efficiencies. This long-term focus is demonstrated through detailed analyses of several case studies where Munger held or advocated for positions in companies for decades. Griffin argues that Munger's patience and willingness to withstand short-term market fluctuations have been instrumental in his massive success in the stock market. Lastly, ethics and fairness, an often overlooked aspect of Charlie Munger's investment philosophy, as depicted in Griffin's book, is the emphasis on ethical considerations and fairness. Munger advocates for a fair dealing not only as a moral guideline, but also as a cornerstone of long-term business and investing success. Charlie Munger, The Complete Investor, covers how Munger encourages investors to think about the broader implications of their investment decisions, including the impact on stakeholders like employees, customers, and communities. By practicing ethical investing, Munger believes that investors contribute to a more sustainable and equitable economy. Griffin uses practical examples to showcase how adherence to high ethical standards has guided Munger's investment choices and underpin his success. In conclusion, Charlie Munger, The Complete Investor by Trent Griffin offers vital insights into the investment strategies of one of the most successful investors in the world. This book is highly recommended for both seasoned investors and novices alike. Seasoned investors will appreciate the deep dive into Munger's philosophy and may find nuances that could refine their own investment strategies. For novices, Munger's principles provide a strong foundation on which to build a thoughtful investment approach. Furthermore, Griffin's exploration of broader topics such as ethics in investing and the importance of interdisciplinary learning can benefit readers in various facets of their lives, making them not just better investors, but wiser thinkers in general. If you would like to support Trent Griffin, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.